Morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. That all depends where you're watching from. So it is morning here, or we're going to pretend it's morning. We're going to pretend it's breakfast time. So I made Christina a promise that if she dressed up for a week, I wouldn't make her dress up again, and then I called it breakfast and told her that she had to show up in her pajamas. So Christina said she doesn't sleep in pajamas, so I'm a little worried about what she's going to show up in. But she promised she would come in what she slept in and she would make it presentable. So I don't really sleep in curlers, but I don't really sleep in pajamas either. But just for television, or this is what you're getting this morning as we do our breakfast. So, Christina, good morning. How are you?
I am good. Good morning.
I know you're such a morning person.
I wore a nightgown just for you.
Awesome. You wear a nightgown. That's probably a good idea.
I did put a bra on though because there's some things that can't go out in public just free. And
well, you know what? I didn't put a bra on, but I did move my headband down, so we're covered. I had to have it on. It's my security blanket, right?
Oh my God.
So today we're going to talk about what's for breakfast. So Thrive has some amazing breakfast products out there. So we're going to share some of those with you. Whether you're using 100% Thrive or you're mixing and matching with what you have in your cupboard and in your fridge, it's all good. So I am going to make crepes this morning. Now, I know a few of you have heard me say that I've been terrified to do the Simple Plate crepes because I just thought it would be so hard. And I've been going to practice before we did this morning's, and I didn't get around to it till this morning. Well, I made crepes for the boys for breakfast. Easy peasy. I have a crepe maker that I got off Amazon. I know you can't see when I'm cooking it, but you're going to see how it's going to go from this to crepes. And the only reason I made it up ahead of time was because it says to let it sit 15 minutes. So I've got my crepe batter going. I'm going to start cooking my crepe, and then why don't you share what you brought on today, Christina? Oh,
okay.
Tell these people who we are. What if they don't know who we
are? Absolutely. Oh, okay, go ahead.
I'm Tracy Taylor from Alberta, Canada, and this is my partner who didn't just get up.
Christina Rios Tirado from Northern New York, not the city.
And we are the Chatty Cooks.
Hi, Ann. Okay, am I telling them first?
Yeah, you're going. I'm already baking my crepe.
Okay. Can I tell them how I got yelled at first? I got yelled at because I don't have a bathrobe. Does anybody else not have a bathrobe? Does everybody have bathrobes?
Pajamas either.
I don't have pajamas. I have nightgowns because any kind of like pajamas, especially because most of them are fleece and everything. First of all, they make me feel like I'm like encased. And hi, Jody. And
morning, Jody.
And if I get anything that's like fleece, I feel like, I don't know, that I'm just like, it's way too hot. So I never buy them. And I was like, there's things that I don't buy because I know I'm never going to use it. There's no instance that I'm going to put a robe on ever. And so I don't buy one. And Rick doesn't have one either do my kids. I don't think Rico even owns a pair of pajamas. So I don't know. I just don't have that stuff.
Pajama parties?
I don't know. Isabella always sleeps in like leggings and a t-shirt, or Enrico will sleep in a pair of shorts. And I don't go to very many pajama parties.
But you're going to one in Tampa.
Yeah, so maybe I'll have to buy pajamas or I'll have to buy something. I don't know, but I just don't. I do have a lot of nightgowns and I'll throw those on, but like after a shower or whatever, but I don't know. It's just like I don't even use a top sheet. I hate top sheets. So anyway.
Number one done.
Ooh, that was quick. So anyway, Barbara's pajamas are awesome. I just don't. Even when I come home, everybody says, "Oh yeah, I get my pajamas." My mom does, but I don't. I just get into an old pair of leggings and a t-shirt or a tank top. That's my comfy stuff. So one of the first things I wanted to, I'm sitting here munching on. I don't know if they've got our pineapple comes in the single serves, which are really, really great for breakfast to grab if you're going out the door and you don't have time for breakfast. and then maybe you're going to make something at work or whatever. So today I made an omelet with our eggs. I made these up the other day. I have a bunch of little jars, breakfast jars. So these are great because you can just tuck it in. Here's your breakfast right here. Or you could do it with a tortilla or whatever. This one has like cauliflower cheese and tomatoes. This one has zucchini, cheese, mushrooms, onion. And then this one has mushrooms and onions and broccoli. So you can put whatever. How I do it is I use our scrambled egg mix. And I love our scrambled egg mix. I mean, and I have chickens. So if I'm using scrambled egg mix instead of trucking out to the barn to get a couple eggs, you know that it's good because it's not going to be as good as a fresh laid egg. Obviously, nothing is. But it's pretty comparable and it's really good and it's so easy. So I had just to use this, all I do is I fill it with hot tap water and I shake it up really good to make sure everything's all mixed up because I want, you know, the egg powder. Let me show you what it looks like. Looks like this, and it's 100% egg. It's a scrambled egg mix. Hi, Brenda. Hi, Susan. And I shake it up and let it sit for a minute while my pan's heating up. And today I did an omelet, which I'm pretty proud of myself with the way this turned out because look how pretty that is. Look at how gorgeous that is. Isn't that the best looking omelet you've ever seen in your life? And I just put it on there and cooked it up. I mean, you can scramble it or you can, you know, just take a spoon and scramble it. And it's just done in a couple minutes. It's like way easier than cracking eggs, beating eggs, doing blah, 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 blah. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm too lazy. So that's all I made. And I know Miss Thang and the curlers over there, I'm sure that she made 40 things. So let's see what she made.
No, I didn't. All I'm making today is crepes, but I did bring 2 other things. I can talk about them for a minute. I can't get them. Well, maybe I can. Maybe it's that easy. So while my last crepe is cooking, 2 other things that I use this almost daily for breakfast, is our oats, and I'll throw it a quarter cup of oats in with, usually I'm doing the Granny Smith apples and a little bit of maple syrup on top. So I love our oats. And I have 2 kids in my family, well, actually 1 kid and 1 husband, who do not like pancakes. However, they love our pancake mix. So I didn't make those up for you today, but I did make crepes. I'm just going to flip this last one over. You are right, Caitlin. I should have listened to you all along. They are so easy to make. Here I was so awe-inspired by anybody who could make crepes. And mine are just about done. My 3rd one's done. So what do you put on crepes? Well, a couple different things. My husband says in England, they call them pancakes. They don't call them crepe. They put a little lemon juice. So I just mixed a little bit of our lemonade powder with water. I'm going to put a little tiny bit of lemon juice. And then I'm going to shut that off. And then sprinkle sugar over top. So lemon and sugar.
Ooh, nice.
And then roll them up. And then that one's got lemon and sugar in it. So that is kind of like a British pancake. The next way we're going to do it is the good old Canadian way. And that would be with maple syrup. So maple syrup, I'm not going to put it on right now because I'm not going to eat it. And that way I'll be able to warm it up later. So maple syrup on this one. And then the last one that we're going to show is I threw a little bit of strawberries in with water on the stove, put a little bit of sugar in there, and then just reduced it down to a thick strawberry paste. I'm going to put that on in the middle of my pancake. Then I just happened to make a little whipped cream this morning. Little whipped cream up. And then assuming that you have this toxicity in your pantry too, a little ice cream sundae mix so that you have a little bit of chocolate on top. It would be really good with some slivered almonds on top. So there you go. You have a strawberry, whipped cream, and chocolate. Roll that one up, and that one's good to go. And we are actually looking at doing a crepe party very shortly. So I would love to know what you eat on your crepes, whether you like them savory or sweet I know that Simple Plate has an awesome chicken and cranberry chutney crepe Simple Plate meal. Almonds, some coconut. What would you like on your crepes? If you could drop that down in the comments to give us a few more ideas for our crepe party, I would love to hear it.
Do you remember at convention they did crepes that night, a recognition night? Did you have any of those? They had them with like that Nutella inside them.
They had Nutella, which I'm going to quickly tell you a story. Nutella makes me gag. The thought of it.
I had never had it before.
I had never ever tried it before. And my boys are both in foods at high school. They are doing a foods course. And they came home with crepes. And they said, Mom, we made crepes. There's one on the table for you. So I took a bite of it. I go, that's really good. What's in that? And they said Nutella. They wanted to see, because for years I've been saying it was the most, and it still is not good for you. Not something you want to be serving on your kids' toast every morning. But if you're having a crepe dinner or crepe party for Christmas or a special occasion, there are worse things. So Nutella is good. They also did a nut butter, which Caitlin is watching. Maybe Caitlin can post that recipe, because I know that she ordered the peanut flour to go in the nut butter that they used.
Yep, and they what else? So they had different ones too. That didn't they have one that was like an apple butter too? That was you could put in there. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but I had never even had Nutella. I didn't even know it was. I mean, because everybody's always like, "Ooh, Nutella is so good." I had never even eaten it before until then, and I was like, "What is this? This is good." And they were like, "Oh, it's Nutella." I'm like, "Oh," but you could probably make your own version of something similar of a chocolate, like a pudding-ish, more. I don't know.
Peanut butter and banana, yes, Barb. Peanut butter and banana. Oh, that would be so good. We have a store here, like in the food courts, and it's called Crepe Works. And they have a similar type crepe maker as this with the wooden spoon. I wasn't as fast as they were, and mine were not as perfectly round, but you put your crepe mix on. And when you make, I didn't tell you, how do you make the crepes? Geez, Tracy, forget out the most important part. The crepe recipe, which I will share with you, is Thrive flour. Can you use other flour? Absolutely. Thrive instant milk. I would stick with our instant milk, because the powdered milk you're getting in the store is not instant milk, it's powdered milk. So scrambled egg, flour, instant milk, salt, water, and butter powder. They call for melted butter, but that's depending on what surface you're using. My surface is nonstick, so I didn't use it. So I have everything in a jar like this. All I need to do is add water. I didn't even write how much water you add to it, because when you add the water, you want it to be runny enough that it'll coat the spoon, but that it'll drip off the spoon when you hold the spoon up. So that's
You know what's funny? You do the same thing I do. Whenever I'm making something, if I'm going to make, it doesn't matter what it is, whatever it is for Thrive, I always have jars out, and I'm not just making just the one I'm going to eat right then and there that I'm making for dinner, making for lunch. I always make like 3 or 4 more, because it's so easy that way. And then I have then I don't have to worry about it. I always have stuff on hand. So that is like always awesome. And I also want to say, because I'm a mason jar freak. I have a gajillion of them all over the place. I use them just like our cans. I use them for everything. But one of the things that I love, that was like a takeaway from convention, was the pancake mix. I can't remember who was it. Amber? Was it Amber? That had the pancakes. I can't remember who her name was. When they were doing the cooking show, and she had she does pancakes in a jar. So we've done those a couple times. You take the pancake mix and you put them in a mason jar. You just add the water, mix them up. They can put their fruit in it, whatever. Excuse me. And then when it's done, and you stick them in the microwave, and when it's done, you just put your butter and syrup in it. So instead of, obviously they're not little round pancakes, they're in a jar, but they taste the same. And it's a great, you can do that with your eggs as well. They do work in the microwave. I'm not a microwave egg fan, but I know a lot of people do it. And so, the same with the oatmeal. So all of those can be super quick breakfasts that you can put in jars, make them up ahead. And so for the kids, for you, whatever. You can't really whip up a crepe on the fly, but those are great for a Sunday breakfast. Or if you you could. If you made them up and then froze them individually.
You can make them
and
up. They'll last a week in the fridge. bits. You just put a piece of wax paper between. They'll last a week in the fridge or a month in the freezer. So you absolutely could make them up ahead of time. And the reason you don't make eggs in the microwave is you're busy cooking your tea in there, right?
Yeah, I do. Cooking my tea in there. No, but I do. Yeah, I have tried it. Pampered Chef has this egg cooker thing, and you can do oatmeal and stuff in it, and it's really Pampered Chef has a lot of cool gadgets. But they have that you can put it in there and make your eggs up, and they actually come out really good in there. But I prefer to do mine in the pan because I've been eating this while we were talking, but I like mine to be brown. They're a little crispier on the edges. That's just my preference. But yeah, I hate it when I make stuff because I gotta sit here and eat it because it tastes so good and it smells so good and it's hot.
I know. I'm eating the one that has the lemon juice and the sugar because it's a lot neater. But I'm eyeing the one with the whipped cream and the chocolate and the strawberries. But I'm not sure that I could do that gracefully enough. So it's almost time to say goodbye.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I ate my pineapple too while I was sitting here. I'm like, because it's good. And I usually don't eat before we come on here because whatever we make, I'm going to have for lunch because it's lunchtime for me. So I'm like starving and I'm going to have lunch. So that's what I'm having an omelet for lunch.
Well, my husband will try and sneak on Facebook during the day on Tuesdays and Thursdays to see what we're cooking because then he knows what will be in the fridge for him when he gets home. So anyways, we were here quick. We were here fast. We were here for a short time, but we showed you how easy it is to make breakfast. Whether you're mixing and matching with stuff you have at home or whether you're using All Thrive, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you're having a good breakfast. And breakfast isn't just for breakfast anymore. My family tradition, well, it's not my family tradition, it's Michelle's, but Michelle's my family, so I'm claiming it as my family tradition, has Brinner. So she has a lot of people over and has breakfast for dinner, Brinner. So I am going to give Michelle a few jars of the crepe mix so she can make crepes up in a hurry. And that's all that I have for today. You are enjoying that, right?
It's really good.
It's good. So why don't we say goodbye? You can go finish that. Everybody can go finish what they were doing, and then we'll catch them again on Tuesday.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, for those of you who still don't know us, I'm Tracy Taylor from Alberta, Canada, and this is my partner,
Christina Rios Tirado from Northern New York, not the city. And we are the Chatty Cooks.
Bye-bye.